What's up guys, Scum here. Today is going to start my top 50 albums of 2016 list. This video is going to be for albums number 50 to 41. The next video will be for albums 40 to 31, and so on and so forth until I get all the way down to number 3. Then I'll be doing a special video for my top 3 albums alone. So without further ado, here's number 50 with Forteresse. This is Themes pour la Rebellion. They are a French-Canadian black metal band, so all of the song titles and lyrics are in French. They play atmospheric black metal, a lot of heavy tremolo picking, fast drumming, and this thing is just relentless from beginning to end. It's a good album to just get lost into. And Forteresse. Next up, we have Ripper, Experiment of Existence. Ripper is a band from Brazil. This came out on Unspeakable Acts Records, and I had to get it because Paolo Girardi did a masterful job with the cover artwork. And then it came with this beautiful clear with green and brown splatter on the vinyl. And Ripper are a bunch of young kids. I mean, if you look at the back cover, you can see they're all pretty young. And they play an aggressive mixture of death metal and thrash metal. And there's a lot of technicality to the riffs. I mean, these are not easy riffs to play, and the fact that these are younger kids makes that all the more impressive. So if you like really technical death thrash, check out Ripper with Experiment of Existence. That was number 49. Coming to number 48, we have Ghoul, Dungeon Bastards. This came out on Tank Crimes Records, and these guys are just a lot of fun. It's thrash metal mixed in with a tiny bit of death metal and maybe a little bit of grind, but for the most part, straight up like party thrash. And live, they do some cool stuff with like blood and like a lot of stage presence type stuff. Like, it reminds me of Gwar pretty much. And if you don't take it too seriously, it's a lot of fun. You have song titles like Shred the Dead, Ghoul Lunatics, Blood and Guts, Guitarmageddon. So all in all, just a really fun band, fun release. Don't take it too seriously, but pick it up if you're interested in that kind of stuff. And then number 47, Crowbar, The Serpent Only Lies. Crowbar is a band that I've been a big fan of for a long time, and they never cease to amaze me. Every record is solid. This one really encapsulates that sludgy, doomy, really heavy style that they're best known for, and these guys are just the kings of what they do. This album, my favorite track is Plasmic and Pure. Super heavy stuff. And then it's got a lot of kind of slower, dirging type of songs. And definitely a lot of influence from like early Carnivore and early Typo Negative. And Kirk Weinstein, the guitar player and singer of this band, even said in an interview that he used that stuff for inspiration on this album. So definitely give Crowbar's new album, The Serpent Only Lies, a listen. And then at number 46, a band that needs no introduction, Testament, Brotherhood of the Snake. A lot of, the big four bands, Slayer, Metallica, Anthrax, Megadeth. 3 of those bands have come out with new albums this year. Slayer's new album came out last year. And this new Testament album kind of stands not just, right there with them, but maybe even a little bit above, because Testament really no holds barred, Bay Area thrash metal. This album is just as heavy as ever. No gimmicks here, no, radio rock bullshit. This is Testament at their very finest, To believe that this album came out in 2016, when a lot of the older thrash bands have kind of fallen by the wayside, changed their sound, gotten old. Testament is still as aggressive and in your face as ever. So Again, no introduction needed for this band, but if you're on the fence about it, check it out. You'll probably like it. Number 45. This is Zhrine with Unortheta. Zhrine is a band from Iceland, and if you've been paying attention at all to the extreme metal underground, there are a lot of really, really good bands coming out of Iceland right now. Mispyrming, Zhrine, Svartidari. A lot of really cool stuff coming out of Iceland. This was released by Season of Mist Records. I'm actually going to be seeing these guys with Phobocosm and Ulcerate pretty soon, and I'm excited to see them live because this album is just heavy, dark, a lot of really good stuff going on in this album. So check out Zhrine, Unortheta. Coming in at number 44, this is Entombed AD with Dead Dawn. Now, for those of you that don't know, Entombed AD and Entombed are now two different bands. Entombed AD is fronted by the original vocalist of Entombed, LG Petrov, and then he's got a whole bunch of other guys that were not in the original Entombed playing with him. And a couple of years ago, they came out with an album called From Back to Front, and I wasn't really a fan of that album. It's pretty much Entombed type of stuff, Swedish death metal, but it just didn't really have a lot going for it. But on this album, I listened to it, and you hear on songs like Dead Dawn, As the World Fell, Total Death. Some really heavy tracks here, and this is straight up Swedish death metal. If you need your fix, check out Entombed AD, Dead Dawn. LG Petrov sounds pretty good on here. Coming in at number 43, band that you might not know. This is Survive with RR7349. Better known as the guys who did the soundtrack for the Netflix original series Stranger Things. This is their, I believe, second full-length album, but this is their first to come out on Relapse. And this is a synthwave album. It's got that retro feel to it. If you're into electronic music, house, dance, stuff like that, this might be up your aisle. But also, if you're a metalhead and you're looking for something to just kind of chill out, zone out to, this might be a good thing to check out. It's a good, change of pace from, blast beats and, guitar solos and things like that. It's definitely very interesting. I like it a lot. And again, the guys from Stranger Things, the composers of that soundtrack did it. So if you like that soundtrack, check out this new album from Survive, RR7349. Number 42, Rituals from Rotting Christ. Rotting Christ, a legendary Greek black metal band. If you're looking for their old, traditional Greek Hellenic black metal sound on here, probably not going to find what you're looking for. The album is aptly titled Rituals, and when you listen to this album, you almost feel like you're going through several different rituals. Rotting Christ have a way of doing things that kind of invoke certain elements that not many bands can do, A very ritualistic album here. A lot of kind of chanting, tribal type of stuff. All around, I think it's a very solid album. Check out Rituals by Rotting Christ. And then finally, number 41, Grave Desecrator, Dust to Lust. This is another album that Season of Mist released, and this is a band from South America that just plays straight up blackened death metal. Really, intense, evil stuff here. My favorite tracks, Funeral Mist, One More Soul, Perpetual Oath. I mean, this is killer stuff. If you look at the back here, I'm not sure if you can see, but these guys definitely mean business. Some really blasphemic, cruel type stuff going on here with the Grave Desecrator, Dust to Lust. So that concludes numbers 50 to 41. Again, the next video is going to be 40 to 31, and I'll continue going on in that pattern. So again, you can follow me on Instagram at Scourge of Vinyl. I'll put the link down below. I'll also put links for all of these albums down in the description so you can check them out if you're interested. Thanks for watching, and tune into my next video. Thanks a lot.